Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be doing another late night video. So I know I haven't done late night videos in a while, so how late night videos work is I read something off the internet, off the Wikipedia, and the topic just varies on what I decide to talk about. So today I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Okay. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is a 2010 action-adventure video game based on the Marvel Comics superhero Spider-Man. Players can control 4 different versions of Spider-Man, each originating from different universe. In the Marvel Comics multiverse, previous Spider-Man voice actors has each one voice of the 4 Spider-Man. Now the game revolves around an artifact known as the Tablet of Order and Chaos. When it is shattered into pieces during a fight between Spider-Man and Mysterio, it causes problems with multiple realities across the Marvel Universe, and Madame Web calls on 4 versions of Spider-Man from 4 realities to assist in bringing the realities back into balance. The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Man 2099, and the Ultimate Spider-Man. The player controls each of the 4 Spider-Men as they attempt to retrieve the tablet fragments from villains within their respective dimensions, who now possess new abilities granted by the tablet. Okay, but Shattered Dimensions received fairly positive reviews from critics. Reviewers generally praised the idea of bringing 4 Marvel universes together and lauded on the voice acting, humor, and score, though criticism was aimed at the story, choice of villains, and the overall design of the cutscenes, as well as the technical difficulties. A sequel, which is Spider-Man Edge of Time, was released in October of 2011. Although it features only the Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, both the game and its sequel were delisted from the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live marketplaces back in 2014, following the expiration of Activision's existing licensing deal with Marvel. Shattered Dimensions was re-released via Steam on October 24th of 2015, but was later removed on April 1st of 2017. Now the game is notable for inspiring the 2014 comic book storyline Spider-Verse, which in turn would inspire the 2018 animated film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay. So, gameplay. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is a level-based third-person action-adventure video game where the player assumes the role of one out of the 4 versions of Spider-Man, spanning across the Amazing, the Noir, the 2099, and the Ultimate universes. The gameplay revolves around each Spider-Man's unique superhuman abilities. Players are able to web swing, web zip, crawl walls, and use the Spidey sense to identify enemies or objects of interest. Okay, so the combat of the game offers a large variety of fighting moves, and each Spider-Man has its own fighting style. The points necessary for buying upgrades and new fighting moves are earned from defeating enemies or completing various challenges in the Web of Destiny. The points earned can also be used to purchase 16 alternate costumes, 4 for each Spider-Man, which don't offer any gameplay advantages and or purely cosmetic. Okay, but the game features numerous supervillains whom the player engages in boss battles. Usually twice in a level, summon the villains or create exclusively for the game, such as the 2019 2099 version of Hobgoblin and the 2099 Dr. Octopus. Now, I'm sorry, guys, I'm just saying. So the villains, some of the villains, so let me repeat that. So, two of the villains you play in boss battle are the 2099 version of Hobgoblin and the 2099 version of Dr. Octopus. And on top of that, there was a Noir version of Hammerhead. Now I got things right. I'm sorry, guys. But during the second battle, the bosses have a new series of powers granted by a fragment of the Tablet of Order and Chaos. During specific parts of the boss battles, Shattered Dimensions switches to a first-person perspective where the player can use the analog sticks or the Wii Remote and Nunchuck in the Wii version to control Spider-Man's arms, punching their opponent and dodging attacks. The punches can also be modified by holding down certain buttons. The gameplay may vary from one Spider-Man to the other. For example, the Spider-Man Noir levels put emphasis on stealth, whereas the Ultimate Spider-Man levels are mostly combat-based. Due to this version of Spider-Man being provided with the symbiote black suit by Madame Web to increase his strength, the Spider-Man 2099 levels also feature a bullet time mechanic, allowing players to slow down time and dodge incoming projectiles and free-falling segments. And there's also the Nintendo DS version, which is a side-scrolling brawler with a little gameplay difference between the multiple iterations of Spider-Man. This version also omits Ultimate Spider-Man and features less villains. It includes Electro and Tinkerer for the Amazing Spider-Man, Boomerang and Calypso for Spider-Man Noir, and Vulture and Silvermane for Spider-Man 2099. Not all moves are available in the Nintendo DS version, but they can be unlocked as players progress through the game. While most of the action is played with pad and button controls, the touchscreen is also used to play mini-games in between levels to help Spider-Man use the tablet to travel between dimensions. Now I'm just going to read you the plot, and then I'm just going to wrap this video up, because we're already going almost 9 minutes in. So, during a confrontation with Mysterio, who attempts to steal the Tablet of Order and Chaos, the Amazing Spider-Man accidentally shatters the tablet into 17 fragments. As Mysterio makes off with one, Spider-Man is approached by Madame Web, who reveals the other fragments have been scattered across the Noir 2099, and Ultimate realities. Now, to restore the balance to the multiverse, Madame Web recruits the Spider-Men of each reality, the Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Man 2099, and black-suited Ultimate Spider-Man, to retrieve the fragments from their native dimension. After Spider-Man collect their first fragment with no difficulty, Madame Web warns them that the fragments can grant incredible powers and they must not allow them to fall into wrong hands. Okay, but while acquiring their second fragment, the Spider-Men learn they have already been retrieved by supervillains, Kraven the Hunter in the Amazing Universe, who forces Spider-Man to compete for the fragment in a jungle and later uses it to gain superhuman speed and strength. Hammerhead in the Noir universe, who uses the fragment to fuse his guns with his arms in a plot to overthrow his boss. Norman Osborn, Hobgoblin in the 2099 universe, who forces Spider-Man to pursue him and uses the fragment to increase his powers. And Electro in the Ultimate Universe, who uses the fragment to grow larger and more powerful as he absorbs more energy from hydroelectric dam. Ultimately, the Spider-Man triumph over the villains and retrieve their fragments, delivering them to Madame Web before leaving to find more. The Amazing Spider-Man finds a fragment at the abandoned Roxxon Industries quarry, but it is stolen by Sandman, who uses it to increase his powers and take over the quarry. Spider-Man Noir pursues the Vulture, Osborn's right-hand man, and his Uncle Ben's killer for a fragment, which has granted him teleportation powers. Spider-Man 2099 faces his half-brother, the Scorpion, who has stolen a fragment from the Public Eye Patrol and used it to create numerous offspring. Ultimate Spider-Man competes in Deadpool's reality TV show, Pain Factor, for a fragment, which the later eventually uses to clone himself. While the Spider-Man return to Madame Web with the fragments they collected, Mysterio, having gained magic powers from his own tablet piece and learned about the others, attacks them and threatens to kill Madame Web if they do not deliver the remaining fragments. Okay, but the Amazing Spider-Man finds his final fragment at a construction yard, but it is forced to intervene in the Wild Pack's chase of the Juggernaut. After later unknowingly picks it up, for his final fragment, Spider-Man Noir faces Norman Osborn, who has used it to become the Goblin and taken over a carnival to lure out Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2099 breaks into Alchemax, where he finds his final fragment in the hands of Dr. Octopus, the head of Alchemax Shadow Division, who plans to use it in a dangerous reactor. Ultimate Spider-Man visits the Triskelion to collect his final fragment from S.H.I.E.L.D., only to find the base under Carnage's control after S.H.I.E.L.D. scientists fused it with a fragment and escaped captivity. Upon retrieving the final set of fragments, the Spider-Man return to Mysterio, who absorbs the complete tablet after a brief struggle, effectively becoming a god. He shatters the borders between realities, seeking to create a new one under his rule, but this allows Madame Web to summon all four Spider-Man to fight Mysterio. Following Mysterio's defeat, the multiverse is restored to normal, while Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Man 2099, and Ultimate Spider-Man return to their native realities, leaving the Amazing Spider-Man to take Mysterio to prison. In post-credit scenes, Madame Web is visited by Spider-Ham, who had hoped this helped save the multiverse as well, but had arrived too late. So there you go, guys. That's just a little bit of information I want to tell you about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Now, I apologize earlier for the slip-up that I had as far as with the getting the villains mixed up when I was talking about the section where it talked about gameplay. So the section in gameplay that I messed up on, or I slipped up on, was when I said that villains were created exclusively for the game, such as 2099 version of Hobgoblin and Dr. Octopus, or a newer version of Hammerhead. So yeah, I'm sorry that I slipped up there, but like I said, I was able to correct myself now, I was able to tell you the main idea of this article, the gameplay of the article, the Nintendo DS version, how it differs, and then the plot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because this was a long one, so I might be doing a couple more late night videos when I'm home over the holidays. I'm just not sure when, but yeah, I'm just gonna probably relax a little bit, and if I'm still awake a little bit later, I might actually do another one, but even though I told my friends I was tired and yet I'm still awake, kind of tells you that I kind of lied to them, but it doesn't really matter because I was already on the phone with them earlier today anyway. So yeah, anyway guys, sorry if I got off topic a little bit there, but like I said, if you guys like this content, make sure you don't forget to hit a thumbs up, and you subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Make sure you subscribe, and you guys have a nice day. Bye.